Natalie has a story about when she peed herself, but she's too shy to share it. Natalie, what happened?
It wasn't because I was like, I mean, I was drunk for sure. Like we were out, everyone was like partying or whatever. We had like, first of all, we had like so many people packed in the Tesla, and we were out for like a night or whatever.
Yeah.
And we drove, I don't know, we were far out, and we drove to Bootsy.
Wait, you were in my car when you pissed yourself?
I didn't pee in the car.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Because I had no
But
idea.
the reason why I peed is because we were in the fucking car for literally like an hour. I think we drove from Malibu. We were at somebody's birthday in Malibu, like on PCH, like fucking way out there, and we drove all the way to Bootsy. It was like an hour
And
long
David
drive.
would never pull over to let anyone pee.
And I was like,
Yeah.
we were at the party, and he was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. I didn't want to be at the party anymore. So I was
go,
like,
let's go.
I didn't have time to like go to the bathroom, and I was drinking a lot at that party. And then I was sitting on the floor, and I had two other girls sitting on top of me, like literally crushing my bladder. And I had to pee so bad. I was like jiggling, whatever. And I kept telling her, I was like, I have to pee so bad. Like, I really have to go. And on top of that, I'm like pretty drunk. So I like literally could not hold it. And I remember like everybody got out of the Tesla. And it was taking, you have to get your IG checked, all that stuff, right? So it takes a little like bit to get in there. So I just fucking booked it. I booked it down the street to like the corner, and I just made a left, and I just sat on the corner. And I didn't have time to even get like my pants off. I just literally stood. I just stood. I just peed everywhere.
Wait, you just went around the corner by Bootsy and you just started peeing in your pants?
Yeah, it's like on Sunset Boulevard. I just sprinted down. I got out of the Tesla, and Sauce was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, I couldn't even say words. I just kept sprinting.
That's probably such a funny sight. Just Natalie running on Sunset Boulevard in the middle of the night alone.
Pants on?
I had like black leather pants on, I think, and I just like I turned the corner, and I could not hold anymore, and I just like finally I just peed for like 2 minutes. I peed.
That's the worst too. That's the worst when you pee your pants is like you start it and you're like, what have I gotten myself into? And you can't stop.
And you can't believe how much liquid's coming out.
Yeah,
you're
and
like,
you
wow, this
can't
is a
stop,
lot.
and it just goes all the
Yeah.
way. And then what happened? That you went back to Bootsy and you just fucking partied your ass off.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, it's fucking party. No, I was obviously very embarrassed. I didn't know what to do with myself. I just sat there on the street corner for like a couple minutes, like, what do I do? And I made like, in hindsight, like a terrible decision. They have, like on the side of the clubs, they have like all those like dark like Mercedes that are waiting there to like take people home or whatever. Like super sketchy, like random men that are just in these nice fancy cars. Yeah. And I was like, I just had to go home. So the guy was like sitting there, they were all watching me. And they didn't know I was peeing, though, I think. I'm not sure. They're all watching
That
me.
woman, I think, is peeing right now.
And
get this for TikTok.
The guy was like, do you need a ride home? And I was like, yeah, I love a ride home. So I got in this man's car.
Wow, by yourself?
By myself. And terrible idea. And like he was like, once I got into the car and I was like, a couple minutes in, I was like, this was a fucking bad idea. Like, I hope I don't get fucking abducted right now. And he was like hitting on me, like asking if I had a boyfriend, like all this stuff.
God.
Like very much like, I don't know how
crazy.
I honestly don't know how he didn't like take me away.
Right.
Because it was
probably because you smelled like piss.
But no, my pants were, and I always thought about that. And he like gave me his number at the end or whatever. And I'm always like,
and that's how I met Todd.
No, but I was like, his seat was definitely soaked. I got out of the car. Like my pants were soaked.
Yeah. So you never pulled your pants down to pee?
Never.
Oh, just 100%.
I just completely peed.
Did you go into the club to say goodbye to me?
No, fuck no. I just went home.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you probably should. Even if you pee your pants next time, I like a good goodbye.
Interestingly enough, you didn't even like notice or acknowledge the fact that I was gone. I was just home for like a couple hours, and you're like, hey, Nat, we're leaving the club. Where are you at? And I was like, bro, I've been home for 3 hours.
No, because there's a moment we were at Bootsy, actually, and we never go to Bootsy. We go there like, we've gone there like 4
twice,
or 5 times.
Yeah.
And there was another time you came up to me, and you're like, I think I'm going to go home. And it was like almost outside of it, and I thought that was so strange. I was like, why the fuck is she going home? Did you pee yourself another time too?
No, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I ended a friendship over peeing my pants once. I was driving. I was like a really long drive from like New York to Boston, and I had to pee. And this kid was driving me back to Boston. I was like, I have to pee. I'm like, can you pull over? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. And then another hour went by. I'm like, Tim, I have to pee. You got to fucking pull over. And he was like, no. And then he took a water bottle, and as he drove to Boston, he would just take the water and like, and it made me want to pee more for some reason, like watching the water.
What do you mean? What would he do with the water?
He would just take the water and like
I know, but describe it, bro. We're on a podcast.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Like
He's like showing with his hands.
I'm sorry. He would take a water bottle.
Yeah.
And like shake it up and down, and it made me really need to pee.
Why would he shake the water bottle?
Because he knew it was like making me need to pee more. I was like, I was screaming. I was like, bro, let me out of the fucking car. I'm like, stop shaking the water bottle.
I would love to. How old are you?
I was like 21.
Could you imagine 21-year-old Jason pissing himself?
And then he eventually let me out on like the highway. I pissed, and then afterwards I never talked to him again.
Really?
I was like, I'm fucking done with you. Like, don't ever do that shit.
Wow.
I thought it was really fucking sadistic.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jay.
It's okay, man.
If you ever need to pee when I'm in the car, I'll make sure I have a bottle ready for you to pee in.
Thanks, bro. I got a really funny card from David and Natalie.
Okay, so we sent people this like fragrance package where they had the fragrance, and we sent them a card, and in the card there was a customized like sound that would play. It'd be like, "Hey, it's David Dobrik. Thank you, John Stamos, for being a cool guy. Here's your fragrance." And we sent one to Jason, and it was a little like, it was supposed to be like goofy and funny, like because it was like really harsh, and he put it on his Insta stories.
Natalie called me yesterday and specifically told me
I know.
to put it on my story.
I know, he put it on his story, and he's like showing it like in front of his kid. Like Charlie's in the background, and he's like playing it for her, and right in front of her, she's like 11 years old. And I had to call Jason, and I pretended, and I was like, "Yeah, let's save it for the podcast. Delete it off your story."
She didn't care.
Even though I just wanted him to delete it off his story. But you have the card here.
Yeah, the card's really funny.
Jason, wanted to leave you a little message. I'm just kind of saying thank you to everybody for supporting the cause. Your message is going to sound a little different. So, excuse me for this. Here we go. Fuck you, you little pussy-ass bitch, you old motherfucking asshole.
Now imagine fucking little Charlie's fucking sitting there.
Cock-sucking dick whore, bitch. Just kidding. Nah, I can't do this. You fucking take over.
Hey Jason, it's Natalie. So happy you can support David, you fat fucking old
So bad.
I felt
Enjoy the perfume. We love you. Those are all jokes. Bye, dude.
That's fucking that's funny.
You know, it was funny. One of my old YouTube videos. You know how like the thumbnail will fall out of the video sometimes.
Yeah.
It'll just give you a screenshot, and it just came up like an old YouTube video, and the title is "Why I Got Divorced," but the thumbnail fell out, and it's just a picture of Charlie.
Oh my god.
I have to change it.
That's so funny. Just your daughter.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, your kids are gonna have a field day going through your videos.
I can't imagine what my poor kids. I dressed as Hulk Hogan the other day, and they just did not like it.
Yeah.
Like I showed up with like a bikini and like a tank top, and I was like, "Isn't this great?" And they were like, "Oh my god, this is the worst."